Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Oh man, it's been a crazy, crazy week. And boy, do we have some crazy, crazy news. I get sent clips and a lot of people watch a lot of different YouTubers on here. There's a YouTuber named Anton Daniels. Um, Definitely a podcast that he got great guests on the show, and he moves with a certain energy that a lot of people respect in the game. I saw the clips, and what I saw was enough to make me say, well, damn, we should talk about this. Now, I never went to the extreme of like how the majority of other people, they rotate and move. Some of these people are crafty, sneaky, or just sneaky, snaky people. And you just take what they say with a grain of salt. Now, Gil's Arena, the podcast that they have called Gil's Arena, one of the co-hosts or one of the featured guests on the show is Rashad McCants. Um, Rashad McCants used to play in the NBA, former national champion winner with North Carolina Tar Heels, and he was on Anton Daniels' program, and he basically gave his differentials between Adam Silver and David Stern. Now, this was very essential because he started to equate one of the main reasons why the NBA is in the position that it is today. And though it was short, it was right on point with everything that I've stated in the past. It was clear, it was concise, and straight to the letter. And I want people to understand that where this is a fair use act, we're using this for commentary purposes only. Don't forget to follow Anton Daniels' channel if you want to see the whole entire interview. Let's hear what Rashad McCants had to say about Adam Silver.
Okay, so comparing David Stern to Adam Silver, because Adam Silver is largely, I don't know if you want to say marketed or seen by, he's seen as more of a player-friendly person versus a David Stern, right?
Right.
When you compare the two, what do you think about Adam Silver versus a David Stern?
Soft.
Adam Silver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On some punk shit.
Really?
He's the punk version. he's like the feminine version of David Stern.
Yeah.
And that's how it looked when he came in. It was just like, he don't
Yeah,
look
he looked
stern.
frail.
He don't look stern at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
He looked a little flimsy. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like his handshakes were soft and shit. So I ain't like the transition. And then it just popped out of nowhere.
Mhm.
Kind of like how Obama came out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, who is this? David Adam Silver. Where he come
Yeah,
from?
yeah.
Well, he's been grooming for this situation. So the league has become the league it is today based on who they gave it over to. That's why the league is soft. That's why we're seeing reviews. We're seeing a bunch of shit that makes the game watered down.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like it. I don't like the trans.
Now, Rashad McCants said something very interesting there, and soft punk was used. Rashad McCants said soft, and that this commissioner is a punk. And, you know, feminine was used to describe the commissioner of the NBA. Unbelievable. A former NBA player says this about a commissioner. And I just applaud his truthfulness and bravery, to say this type of thing out loud, because that's, to me, that's it's the truth. And he says this league is soft the way it is because it's a reflection of who's in charge, right? You're seeing all these challenges, these reviews, and all of this stuff has saturated the game down to a crawl. All this interference from everybody else besides the players. They're taking the testosterone out of the game and rewarding crybabies. So, and that knack alone understood exactly what he meant with the statement that he made about Adam Silver. Now, I would love to see this conversation on Gil's Arena, but I guess they don't have the energy for this type of conversation on their show. So once again, shout out to Anton Daniels. You guys should subscribe to his page. He asked a very good question. As David Stern was the commissioner when Rashad McCants was in the NBA, he was the one to shake his hand, and that was that. Now, let's move on. So if you start thinking about the bigger picture and you start looking at the scenarios and you start looking at all of these options that's out there for you in the world, right? And you start testing yourself. You start saying, well, it ain't gonna get no better than this, or this is the best it's gonna get. You've already set yourself up for failure. Now, LeBron James is clearly a big name athlete in the sport, the most promoted athlete in the sport. But what Rashad McCants was doing was this was probably the most transparent interview I've heard in a long time when it came to how people look at the game. It was very transparent. And when you start to look at the game the way they were looking at the game, it took exponentially to a higher plane that the common person could understand what Rashad McCants was saying. Now, I'm not saying I'm the biggest Rashad McCants fan. I'm just saying, like, I know what he is. He's very prideful, very sensitive. His father helped create that atmosphere of him being super sensitive to everything. It hurt him in his career. He was blackballed out of the NBA, if you ask me. And because of that, people are going to act a certain way towards you. They're going to move in a certain disposition. But to make that stance of what he said against Adam Silver, that the league is a reflection of what Adam Silver is. He's got a soft handshake, and he's a punk compared to David Stern. He's punk. So if you consider this man to be soft, a punk, and what have you, you've already created an atmosphere that this guy isn't what we think he is, or etc. Right? Caption that with, okay, I'm not finna do this anymore. I'm not finna go ahead and try to be the enforcer because it's costing me money. You have to realize in the NBA, it's cost you money every time you go up against the league, or you get an elbow in the face, or somebody else throw a punch. That's costing you money. So you want to be that tough enforcer guy. It costs you sponsorships now. It costs you everything. They don't even want you to fight. If somebody get a push from behind, somebody throws a punch, they don't even have to hit anybody. They're ejected from the game. So, and you might be suspended depending on what the punch did. Draymond Green grabbed a man from behind, Rudy Gobert, and put him in a chokehold from behind a guy who was grabbing his teammate. When the rule is you grab your own teammate, not our teammate. We'll grab our guy, you grab your guy. You don't grab our guy. So when he grabs him, immediate 5-game suspension, which was so hefty. And they say, oh, well, this is based on your past. You have a reputation. So 5 games for that. Now, the game has lost a lot of its testosterone. And it's a lot of this Me Too and propaganda and a lot of things that don't really have a lot to do with basketball that's transpiring on the court that has diluted the fans' care for the game. And a lot of people are not even caring about renewing their season tickets as I let the season tickets go. Because I'm not a Bulls fan. So me to go to the games, I'm there to root against the Bulls and root for the other teams. But I enjoyed going out to the games. It was cool. I met with the fans and all of these different things. But I'm like, do I really need to buy season tickets? Because I can get tickets for like $2. I could be sitting courtside for like $2 if I wanted to. That's how much people don't care about the game. I'm there and I'm observing, and I ran into a bunch of guys that were surprised I was there, and they was like, "Man, Sino, you really out here, man." I was like, "Sino, man, you really out here." And hey, dude, I forgot your name, man, but yo, woman, boy, you picked a winner. See, the people that follow me, they roll with winners. They out here with real women. Yeah, I took my godson to the game, and true enough, I don't like if I take a girl to the game, we're normally sitting courtside. That's what we're doing. We're sitting courtside. It's the reason we're sitting courtside. That's why I take girls to the game. If we're gonna be out, you're gonna see me with a dime. I'm gonna be sitting courtside with the dime. I'm not gonna be sitting way up there with a chick. It's not like why am I taking you to the game to sit up here? I bring my homeboy. We up here. We checking out the game and everything. I'll take my cousins or one of them. I'm past bringing girls to the game. It's like for what? Now, if I'm sitting courtside somewhere down there, I'm like, okay, we got to step this game up. You can't take Huff out there because you're gonna be on TV. I'm like, if I'm gonna be on TV, I'm gonna be out here with some work, some prime A work. Feel me? And that's all this is. Now, Rashad McCants, to make his point, you gotta understand, Rashad McCants isn't that bright, but I get him. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's like the sharpest tool in the shed, but I get him. I understand him a little bit. But some of the things he did, like the North Carolina thing, was so bizarre. He's from Asheville, so I don't even understand why he would even do something like that. He believes his actions that he did caused for the NIL deals, and it's just like it's just like wow. All that did was mess him up in the game more than anything he could ever imagine. Because now you won't ever get a job anywhere in college basketball or probably basketball, period, going after North Carolina. But that's neither here nor there. It's not why we're here. When we saw this play out, it was quite interesting for us to point out a narrative that had, ramifications that were needful, to say the least. And when you find something that's needful or someone has a needful thing, I think it's very valuable that it's exploited. And what Rashad McCants was doing on this interview with Anton was something, short of remarkable. He was able to break down. It's like people know what they know and they're good at it. You know, he can't tell you what the square root of pi is, but he will sit there and break down the game or break down what he see in the most genuinest way that he's just being honest, really. So, and some it's a little delusion, but honest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, are you serious right now? This was going way to a whole nother level. A whole nother level. So it's woo man. And his tone, that type of clarity, man, it's just that was these are the words from somebody to say something like Adam Silver is soft. You just erased yourself from any NBA duties. Adam Silver is soft compared to him. He brought a feminine way into the league. Wow. You just said bye bye NBA, everything. Rashad McCants just said that about Adam Silver. When people told me, I said, no way. There's no way he would say that, especially on Gil's Arena. And they said, oh, no, he didn't say it on Gil's Arena. I'm like, I know that because there would have been so many producers that would have went in there. They'd have cut that out. There's no way that would have flew because that's so much damaging to him and probably to the other guys on the show. I wouldn't encourage Kwame Brown or anybody else who had business relationships with people in the NBA to say something like that. See, that's what people get it wrong with me. I don't want you to mess up your bag. If I feel a certain way, I don't need you to feel a certain way with me. I appreciate those who wanted to ride or say the truth out loud. I'm not like I ain't gonna hold it with you. Only you got to feed your family. That's your responsibility. So it's up to you to feed your family. So what he got to do to feed his family, it's like, okay, that's cool. You got to feed your family. But when you get called out on something, like his partner did, and you in denial and lying and doing all this, and it's like, dude, we see it on display. We know what it is. So when we talking to you, we ain't saying tell the world, but if we speaking to you and you still trying to act like it's genuine, then we know you front. In our language, it's front. Capping is what y'all call it. We know it's cap. But he was genuine in saying that. And Anton was saying, I don't know if I'm going to renew because it looks rigged. It looks marketed and rigged. It's all about marketing and rigging games. And when you a fan, you're not supposed to be saying those words about the sport. You're supposed to be fascinated. This is Disney on ice. That's what it's looking like now. Yeah, it's like you got idiots on skate. Disney on ice, baby. That's what it is. So now that it's looking like Disney on ice, what else you got? Well, let's take a look. This man actually called out LeBron James in a way I never believed. I thought I was tripping. I almost spit that Gatorade out of my mouth. Listen to what he says about LeBron James. And listen to the point he's making, though, about groupies.
The clout play, right? But when it gets to the league, it don't matter. Ugly or not. I remember when LeBron came into the league, he was like, LeBron is an ugly motherfucker, boy. God damn, them hoes ain't throwing that man that pussy like that. Yeah. Then he was the number one pussy. Yeah, and it was like, wow, like he just signed a $90 million. Yeah. He can make himself look good just by just doing this with the money. You know what I'm saying? So we started realizing how the money enhanced that.
Mm, mm, mm. You see that, right? Did this man just say LeBron James is an ugly mother? Listen to it again. Because I want y'all to hear it with clarity. What he's trying to say is that the groupies difference from college to pros.
League, it don't matter. Ugly or not. I remember when LeBron came into the league, he was like, LeBron is an ugly motherfucker, boy.
God, LeBron was coming to the league, and we said LeBron James is an ugly mother. That's funny because I heard that mostly from guys. I remember when Carmelo and LeBron came in the league, and one of my homeboys actually told his girl, "Man, LeBron ugly." I'm like, why is dudes checking out dudes? Like, I ain't never looked at LeBron and say, "Man, he ugly." I mean, I would say his feet was ugly. If anything, he got like them Tyrannosaurus Rex feet. But I mean, I don't. I mean, what's fine? What's a fine dude? If you saying LeBron is ugly, that's basically just saying, damn, another dude is fine. You looking at a dude, be like, okay, now, yeah, he fine. I'd be like, see, now, I'm like, I ain't never looked at no dude really and be like, he ugly. That's for the women to do. But I'm like, when it came to LeBron, I heard that his rookie year. Dude, talking about, man, he ugly as hell. These chicks be screaming and he ugly as hell. But it's like Rashad McCants was saying. He coming through the door with 90 million. He gonna look all right. Now you won't hear a woman even utter something like that now. Because when you are on TV, it's more than just being in college. When you're in college or young and you getting all this fame and attention, it's just for clout and attention. Like, ooh, I'm with the guy who's getting all this attention. But now, shoot, you get with an NBA player, he could change your life. There's a certain position. There's a certain way people act when they're around them. It's like intoxicating. So it's like people are playing their position. So you want to make sure that you don't play yourself and get yourself out of position. But that was cold blooded, man. What he said, Jesus Christ, cold blooded. Oh man, this is a great podcast show. It's better than Gil's Arena, so definitely follow Anton's show, man. Um, Once again, this is Anton Daniels' show, his podcast show. Go check it out. He says some things about Miko Grimes. Y'all can go check that out over there. Some very shocking details he made about Miko Grimes. So it's a very different situation out here, and all I can tell you is this, man. I agree with what he said about Adam Silver, about LeBron James' looks. I can care less about, but I know the point he was trying to make because he was saying basically people were saying that, and he's right because I heard it too. When LeBron came in the league, I'm like, I had a homeboy who said that, and he had other people agree with him. Man, LeBron is an ugly mug. And I mean, this is his rookie year. Dudes is saying this. It wasn't even really chicks. Chicks is just laughing when he said it. But he was telling his girl that LeBron was ugly. So, and his girl was like, well, I wouldn't say he all that. Girls are just there. But when they saw him get the 90 million, it could be jealousy. That's natural. Gonna happen. But I heard that from guys more than women. You don't never see me sitting up here talking about a dude is ugly. Right. A man can make themselves presentable to a woman, and a woman could say, "Man, he looks sophisticated." It's okay to look sophisticated, you know, and turn it up. Be well groomed and prepared. See, that's how I am when I'm ready to. Like, if I'm laying around the house, I ain't finna get all dapper to hang out with the dudes. I know some dudes who used to get dressed and just to go nowhere and hang out with the dudes in the crib. It's like, why'd you even put that on today? You might as well just wore your damn pajamas. You didn't even leave the crib. They talking about all the NBA coaches who got ran through, people was running through their wives, all kind of craziness. And how foul the game is, people sleeping with each other, girls, and it's just like the wild, wild west. Rashad McCants broke a lot of stuff down, bro. I mean, for real. And he exposed a lot of the dirt in the game, man. It's real. This is the realest interview you probably gonna hear from for a while. You know what I'm saying? So definitely check it out. Me, when it comes to LeBron James, I dislike his politics and I dislike the way he plays the game. I don't think he's a very good basketball player. I don't think so at all. Not at all. I don't think LeBron's a very good basketball player, period. And I don't think the way he carried himself and the false propaganda around him and all of his political ways and his shisty dealings that he's been doing throughout the league and career make me dislike him even more. When they say you hate this man personally, it's the stuff he's been doing off the court, behind the scenes, snaking people in the league. This dude's track record is too dirty. And it's like every year he does something to prove my point even more and more each season. So, this is just the icing on the cake. So I want to say shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life, still doing it, still keeping it real out here. Subscribe to his page. Don't forget to subscribe to Ticket TV, the Dreamers Pro, Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez. Welcome to HD with the IITV, and definitely Armando Black TV. It's your boy Carcino here. Don't forget, donate to the Cash Out, which is Carcino, and I'm out the door. Deuces.